Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Fox.
Tuesday night, the Rays kicked off their series with the Twins in an emphatic 7-2 win, led by David Price's complete game performance. Then last night, the teams battled past the stroke of midnight until Chris Colabello's two-run single in the 12th propelled the Twins to a 6-4 win. Today at the Trop, it's the rubber game of the series. We welcome you to Tropicana Field, where this afternoon the Rays will not only conclude this series against the Minnesota Twins, it's the final game of the homestand. And the Rays need a win to finish this homestand on the winning side of the ledger. Hi again, everyone. Dwayne Stats with Brian Anderson. Todd Callis with us in just a moment. Well, the Rays have divided the first two games of this series with the Minnesota Twins. A long and tough defeat last night. And Chris Colabello, one of the great stories in baseball. You want to root for this guy because of the backstory on him getting to the major leagues, except you don't want to root for him against your team. He's been very good here in the first two games.
Yes, he is. And when you look at the lineup sheet in the Rays dugout this afternoon, you hope that you see Colabello's name in highlighter, because he has hurt this team very badly in the first two games. 6 of the 9 runs driven in this have come from Colabello, and they've all come on mistake pitches. You think about the Rays pitching staff. When they've made their pitches, they've had success against them. When they've left pitches out over the plate, they've been hurt. The difference is that each one of his hits have driven in 2 runs each. This is a guy that's off to a great start. So outside of Joe Mauer, you've really got to watch him, especially in RBI situations, and try to neutralize him this afternoon.
Yeah, 7 years in independent league baseball. Here he is, 30 years old, leading the American League in runs batted in, and he has made his presence certainly felt against the Rays. The Rays bullpen forced into action early in last night's game, and it has been very good. A shutdown bullpen, to be sure. Todd Callis dissects all of that after this.
Choice before this afternoon contest between the Rays and the Twins. All the teams in the AL East bunched up within 2.5 games. In the AL Central, all within a game and a half. Last night, the Rays was 7 2/3 scoreless innings out of the bullpen before the Twins scored in the 12th inning to take the lead and eventually win the game. But the Rays bullpen has been really solid all season long. As you can see, their numbers in the American League tied for 4th in innings with 7 2/3. 3.06 earned run average. Their opponent's average is 2nd in the AL. Now, they were used a little bit extensively in last night's game, getting ready for this afternoon. When we caught up with Joel Peralta, we asked him about everybody kind of pitching in down there in the Rays bullpen.
Everybody, feel confidence right now. Stuff is going good. And you just, after you go there and battle, everybody, that comes, try to do the same thing, try to do a good job.
You're kind of one of the leaders out there in the bullpen. When you have a long night and now you quick turnaround to a day game, you just kind of get everybody to a high energy level, feed off each other's energy.
Yeah, and, you know that you're probably going to have a chance to pitch today, too. So you got to come to a ballpark ready, unless some guys throw more than one inning, maybe don't have a chance. But like me and some other guys that throw only one inning, Maggie didn't even pitch. Maggie only throw like 6 pitches, so he should go 2 innings today. He's good to go. But right, Guy, you're going 2 innings today.
2 innings.
Yeah, you only threw 6 pitches last night, so you better be ready.
Joel Peralta letting the passing Jake McGee know to be ready for multiple innings tonight. 3 minutes till the first pitch. Expect Eric Bedard to be right around the 90-pitch plateau as his limits of the bullpen could be used earlier than expected. We are ready for baseball. The Rays and the Twins on a Thursday afternoon next on Sunsport.
It will be another day of Phantom Cam here as the Rays and the Minnesota Twins meet for the 3rd time in this series. Eric Bedard goes to the mound for the Rays against the Twins. Minnesota now at 500, 10-10, and the Rays a game under 500, 10-11. Brian Dozier leads it off, and the first pitch of this game is a Ball a little bit outside. First pitch presented by Pinch-A-Penny. Dozier hitting .220, but with 6 home runs.
Well, he's as a leadoff hitter, just cannot lay the ball in there to him. He's proven by those 6 homers, taking some big swings, has one in this series.
Bedard promptly falls behind him. Well, the Rays have a guy out there, this left-hander Eric Bedard, who they're trying to extend, get his innings a little longer, and a bullpen that was very busy into the wee hours last night.
12-inning ball game. Jake Odorizzi, the starter, went 3 1/3, so they had to eat up a ton of innings. And yeah, you're right, Dwayne. You got Eric Bedard out there. You heard Todd early on say trying to get him to the 90 pitch mark through 73 his last time out.
Out of play, foul ball, and the count is full.
And so the one thing that you don't want to hear this afternoon too many times is that he's fallen behind. Start to eat up that pitch count, lose some efficiency. You want him pitching from out in front. And when he does that and can start to bring in that very good curveball with the deceptive delivery, he can have success.
Well, having said that, he's 3-2 on the first hitter, Dozier.
Why not?
And he walks it. So Dozier will head to first. We'll take a look at the entirety of the Minnesota Twins lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Dozier followed by Joe Mauer, and then Trevor Plouffe, the third baseman. Chris Colabello, who's been so tough in this series. Josmil Pinto is the DH. Kurt Suzuki catches. Sam Bull, the former Ray, in left. Aaron Hicks in center. And Pedro Florman is the shortstop, batting ninth. Mauer settling in at first base this year for the Minnesota Twins.
The Twins hoping that move for Joe Mauer extends his career, maybe even allows him to be even better at the plate than he already is.
Yeah, he was the opening day catcher for the Minnesota Twins from 2005 until 13. He missed 1 year due to injury and opened at first base this year.
There's so much wear and tear on catchers, especially a catcher of his size, that it's just the natural progression. If you can handle it down there at first base, and he's proven even a little bit that we've seen him with some good scoops, good glove work that he can, then you make that move.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you think about a number of categories offensively with him catching all those years. His on base percentage is over 400. So he's catching and he's on base over 40% of the time.
You talk about a busy man. You're absolutely right.
First overall pick in 2001. He's won 3 American League batting champions. And the 09 season, MVP in the American League, Gold Glove, career average of .322. He's got it all right there. And they want to extend that as long as they can. Now Bedard behind, 3-1.
Yeah, tough with the opening walk and then falling behind to Joe Mauer, and he's another guy that, you know, you see the Twins or the Rays infield playing straight up here because the Twins first baseman uses the whole field, hit the ball where it's pitched.
Toward the left field line, Joyce over there. It's going to be out of reach, hitting the bullpen mound.
Yeah, that's why Ron Gardenhire has him in that 2-hole in this lineup. You know, you get Dozier, you can get him on base. He shows power out of the leadoff spot, had 18 home runs last year. Joe Mauer handles the bat very, very well in the 2-hole. And then, of course, Trevor Plouffe's off to a great start. Colabello, we've seen him very productive in this series.
Yeah, and you think of Mauer because of his size and his stature. He's 6'5". You think of him as a guy who might be a power guy. Runner goes, but the pitch is ball 4. So back-to-back walks. But you're right about him being able to handle the bat so well out of the number 2 spot.
Let's take a quick look at the Rays defense, and hopefully they can get involved here relatively soon. In the outfield, left to right, Joyce, Jennings, and Myers across the infield, third to first. Longoria, Escobar, Zobrist, and Loney. Jose Molina will be behind the plate.
So trouble right here in the first for Eric Bedard. And here's Trevor Plouffe. And ball one. That prompts a visit to the mound as Molina heads out there.
Jose Molina just going to remind Eric Bedard, he's got good enough stuff. The question is not the stuff. That he doesn't need to nibble. He's got enough quality pitches, and he's got a defense behind him that is very accomplished, infield, outfield. So Jose Molina reminding him of that, saying, let's get these guys some work.
Yeah, that's why these two walks are very frustrating for those guys right there, Joe Madden and Jim Hickey.
You cannot defend the walk. As much as the Rays put an emphasis on putting the ball into play as hitters, that's the same thing you want out of your pitching staff. You want to limit those walks, make them put the ball into play, use your very good defense.
The chopper over the mound. In from second. Zobrist in front of the bag, has to go to first, and both runners move up. Plouffe chops out, one away.
Boy, almost like a sacrifice bunt. That ball not hit hard enough for Ben Zobrist to take it back at the bag and try to make a double play out of it. Minnesota second, third, now one out, and here you go. The one guy you don't want to see in big RBI spots.
Well, here's Chris Colabello. 26 runs batted in, tops in the American League. The pitch is in there for a strike. Our Toyota trend, you see Colabello leading the American League. So he's among some pretty impressive hitters up there after spending 7 years in the Canadian American League in Independent League Baseball. Was in 55 games last year for the Twins. Hit 7 home runs. The count is 1-1. 16 pitches for Bedard, 10 of them out of the strike zone.
He's thrown a number of those fastballs in on the right-handed hitters, very close, not getting the call right now.
And Barrett back of the plate.
You see Jose Molina hold on to the ball that long. He's trying to give that umpire, and like you said, Dwayne, in this case Ted Barrett, a really good look at it because he thinks worthy of a strike call.
There he gets a breaking ball over. Started wide, broke a curveball in there. It's 2-2.
Now that's what he has the ability to do with that curveball. Throw it from behind. That's a huge weapon. And now 2-2. If you want to go back to it, you can try to take it out of the zone and get Colabello to expand.
Line drive caught by Escobar on the short hop. He goes to first. I think he caught it on a low line, but he went to first just in case. He's not doing any umpiring himself. So Colabello lines out to shortstop.
Well, 2 strikes, a hard hit ball there, but Yunel Escobar, and you see the ball kind of popping towards the end of the glove. But you know what? That's one of the.
Well, you've got to be safe rather than sorry now if you're defending. If that ball is loose a little bit, you're never sure.
It's one of the ways that the game has changed because of replay.
It leads to a lot of delay and indecision. little tapper by Pinto, foul, strike one. You know, it's on the exchange rule that they've interpreted differently. The ball's got to be caught cleanly. Absolutely make sure there's control. So there was a little hesitation there by Escobar, and he said, well, I'm going to throw it to first just in case.
Yeah, that's the last thing. Let's be honest here. Baseball doesn't have exactly the greatest pace of all the sports out there. The last thing you want to do is also take away the rhythm and the tempo of the game. The one thing that makes it beautiful is the rhythm and the tempo. You start to make it mechanical with a slow pace.
Yeah, it's not only mechanical, but now you got to check.
Yeah.
Make sure, did I really make this play? Oh, wait a minute. I have to look at the umpire, and, I'm going to throw now.
I'm going to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to play for the fourth out. I mean, before too long, we just have to put in a couple of quarters and start playing. Video game.
It is a little confusing that way, isn't it?
It is.
2-1 on Pinto. Got a lot of power in that bat. Ryan Hannigan in on the conversation with Joe Madden. A couple of catchers talking it over. Joe, a former catcher. Hannigan in there last night for all 12 innings. Pinto fouls it out of play. Count is 2-2. Well, you can almost see Molina as he flipped that ball out to Bedard. You could almost read his mind where he's going, look, we're one pitch from getting out of this. So let's close it out after walking the first two men. Shot inside, and it's a fastball too close. Full count to Pinto.
Well, obviously the Rays' game plan early on here has been to crowd these right-handed hitters, and right now Eric Bedard just not quite locked in on that spot. He has gone in there a number of times, just missing off.
35-year-old left-hander out of Ontario. And he walks Pinto. So he's walked the bases loaded in the first. 2 outs, and Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, is on his way to the plate.
Well, Suzuki hitting over 300 against left-handed pitching. This is what this lineup does. They lead the major leagues in walks, 3 so far here in the first. They are very, very patient. So if you're going to nibble with them, they are going to force your pitch count up rather quickly.
And all those walks have led to more runs. They came into the series third in the American League in runs scored. Suzuki batting .278. Bedard tries that inside again. He's still off the plate close.
You know, that's one of those pitches where it's a gutsy pitch. It's a risky pitch. You're going to come in. You know, you want to make sure that you get it in there, right on the corner or miss just off. Well, he's missing just off. The downside is you shoot for that corner and let it leak back middle. Now you're backing up bases. So that's why it is a high risk, high reward pitch.
Bedard behind Suzuki, missed with a curveball.
And here's the thing. If you're starting to think big picture and you're thinking about 90 pitches, you're almost a third of the way there already and still in the first inning.
Dozier third, Mauer second, Pinto at first. Ground ball, that's going to go through the left side. Dozier scores. Mauer heads to the plate. Joyce has his throw cut off, and the Twins break out to a 2-0 lead as Kurt Suzuki singles through the hole on the left side.
Well, when you get a patient lineup, they work the count in their favor. Suzuki gets a ball that's out over the plate in a 2-0 count. Just puts a nice even swing on it and ropes this ball right into the hole.
Here's Sam Fuld. Full had a couple hits and a run batted into the game last night for Minnesota, just joining the Twins. Claimed on waivers from the Oakland A's. First pitch is a strike. Viner into right. That ball toward the corner. Glove by Myers. Pinto scores. Suzuki had a full head of steam, but they hold him at third, and it's 3-0 Minnesota. Sam Fold with a two-base hit, driving in the run.
Well, all that does is all three walks have now come around to score, and those will kill you. Sam Fold gets a breaking ball that stays middle, almost middle in. Recognizes it early, puts a good swing on it, and adds to the lead.
Bedard up to 30 pitches. Now Aaron Hicks, switch hitting outfielder. He takes a big cut and misses. Strike one. One after the fastball up. Hicks, a good athlete. Remember a year ago he was starting in center field. Twins had high hopes for him, and they still do. I think they'd like to get him to cut his swing down from both sides.
Didn't work on that first pitch.
1-1. Been an interesting run for him. 2 years ago they wanted him to play winter ball. He did, and then didn't play well the following year. He thought he was tired. They wanted him to play last year. He didn't. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, that's a tough decision too. You know, here you are, you're not quite established in the big leagues. You come off of a down year. The organization kind of wants you to go down there and work on some things in winter ball, and you tell them no. It could make for a dicey situation.
Yeah, sure could.
Come around that next season, you had better have improved in those areas. And you can understand the players' thought, listen, I want to take a break here, but you're still trying to establish yourself. Sometimes you got to go that extra mile and maybe do some things outside of your comfort zone to be able to take the next step.
Curveball in there to him. He was their first round pick in 2008, so they continue to have high hopes for him.
The wonderful thing about this game is time will eventually tell.
2-2. He fouls it out of play. He's the number 8 hitter, batting in front of Pedro Foreman in this game, and to the plate here in the first. Not what the Rays had hoped for out of Eric Bedard. And now the count is full. Suzuki's at third. Fold is on second. 3-2 the count. Hicks at the plate. And there's ball 4. Bedard gives up his 4th walk. And now Jim Hickey heads to the mound. 37 pitches here in the first inning.
This is exactly the start that the Rays could not have. Well, they can come back from the deficit, 3-0 deficit. This offense has shown the capability to be explosive at times, so that's not the issue. The issue is all of the innings last night. 8 2/3 innings thrown by the bullpen last night. No fresh arms, and a starter who is going to be limited anyway in his pitches, and closing in on 40.
Yeah, and the 3-city road trip looming.
No days off.
Yep.
10 straight. Chicago, who's been swinging the bats well. Then you go Boston, New York. No picnic there.
Not only 10 straight days, but the Rays are in a run of 26 out of 27 days. They're going to have games. Florman takes a big cut at the fastball. Strike one as he fouls it.
Boy, it seems like these Minnesota Twin hitters, and we saw it with Hicks eventually working the walk, and now Florman, they're going up there with a 2-0, 3-1 approach. Look for one pitch out over the plate. If you get it, go ahead and take a rip. If not, then go to work.
Oh, 2 fastball. Two hits, 4 walks in the inning, leading to 3 runs with the bases loaded. Orman fouls this one. That ball seemed to be coming into Florman. Almost like a cutter.
Yeah, well, his fastball's been 90, 91 in that range for the most part. Here's 85. Yeah, that's got definite cut action. Florman fouls it off his back leg. Ouch.
And strike 3 call. Breaking ball. Started wide. Broke over. 41 pitches in the first. 3-0 Minnesota. Hit. Let's take a look at the Rays starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Ben Zobrist going to lead off, followed by Desmond Jennings and Matt Joyce. Evan Longoria, James Loney, and Will Myers down the middle. David DeJesus, the DH at 7th. Yunel Escobar, good lifetime numbers against Ricky Nolasco, and Jose Molina will catch and bat 9th.
Taking the mound this afternoon for the Minnesota Twins, making his 5th start of the season, right-hander Ricky Nolasco, one of their big off-season acquisitions. Picked him up as a free agent on a 4-year deal, split last year between the Marlins and the Dodgers. Now here with the Twins.
Ben Zobrist takes the first pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. And Nolasco pitched well after that trade to the Dodgers. He went 8-3 with them.
But one thing that he's going to do is he's going to mix his pitches. He's going to battle you. He gives you innings. Most of the time, quality innings. And that's what Minnesota, that's what they wanted to do this last offseason. Their starters struggled mightily last year. Worst starting staff in Major League Baseball statistically, so they wanted to upgrade it, and they started it off by signing this guy.
And Zobrist is ahead 3-0 in the count. There's ball 4. Well, after 4 walks in the top half of this inning, another walk here to start the bottom of the first.
And well, let's take a look at the Twins defense as it lines up this afternoon. In the outfield, left to right, Sam Fuld, Aaron Hicks, and Chris Colabello. Across the infield, third to first, Trevor Plouffe, Pedro Florimon, Brian Dozier, and Joe Mauer. Kurt Suzuki will handle the catching duties.
Desmond Jennings. That's a ball inside.
Right now, you can see it, the first 5 pitches, Ricky Nolasco, quick with the body, arm dragging. Not getting on top of that baseball and driving it to its spot. That ball's kind of floating in there, arm side high.
Two and 0.
You can see him spinning out just a little bit. When you do that, you're just not able to command. There's no finish. You're not getting that ball out in front.
Finds the strike zone right there. 89 with the fastball. It's 2-1. Nolasco coming off back-to-back starts against Kansas City. And now it's 3 balls and a strike to Jennings. He beat Kansas City on the 12th. Pitched 8 innings in that game, gave up just 1 run, and then lost his last outing to Kansas City, giving up 5 runs in 5 2/3. Ground ball to third. Plouffe, Dozier, Mauer, and 5-4-3 goes the double play. So leadoff walk, and that's erased on that double play off the bat of Jennings.
Well, Jennings hit that ground ball hard, but right at Plouffe. That makes for an easy turn. Unfortunate.
Base is empty for Matt Joyce. Joyce, some good numbers lifetime against Nolasco. And 6 at bats, 3 hits, 2 of those home runs. Fly ball center field. Hicks is right there for it. The Rays are down without a run. On to the second, 3-0 Minnesota. Off hitter for the Minnesota Twins. He opened the first inning by drawing a walk. The first of 4 given up by Eric Bedard, and now Dozier opens the second inning. And a curveball is in there for a strike. 41 pitches in that first inning for Bedard. Two. Back-to-back curveballs, 4 strikes. Tapper foul. Well, the Rays need innings out of Bedard. Problematic with all those pitches in the first inning. Joe Madden was saying that they need to get him extended. Well, he might get really extended today.
Well, you're right. That 90 pitch mark, you know, maybe a goal in this ball game, but you could see the way the bullpen was used last night that he's able to put some things together. They're going to let him pitch.
Now 2-2. Rays lost in 12 innings last night. They got 3 1/3 from their starting pitcher. The bullpen had to cover the rest.
And this is one of those starts as a starting pitcher. You know that. You know, if you're sitting on the bench watching last night's game and you see the starter come out in the 4th inning and you see, well, this is the bullpen over the last 8 days, but you see how they were used last night. You understand coming into this game, you're going to use your full allotment of pitches, so you better be pretty good, because if not, it really doesn't matter, because you're going to be out there for a while.
Bedard is 2-2 with Dozier, but here's Dozier now. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat coming. He's running a deep count. Fouls this one. So Dozier himself saw 6 pitches in the first inning. You've got 8 pitches going here in the second. Full count. Joe Mauer on deck. And ball 4 inside. So Dozier walks for the second straight time. That after Bedard got ahead of him to begin the at bat.
And what made it really hurt was 0-2. 0-2 to 4-2. Now the 5th walk issued by Bedard.
Here's Joe Mauer. Mauer went to 3-2 and walked in the first. Liner into right. 1-hop base hit in front of Myers. Dozier advances to second. So 2 men on with nobody out in the second.
Well, that's Joe Mauer. That's what he does. Hit it where it's pitched. Bring it close to him. He's going to pull it.
Trevor Plouffe, the third baseman, steps in. And the pitch is a strike. When you analyze the situation where the Rays are in, I don't know where they go beyond Bedard.
No, and that's why, like I said, coming in, you know, If they've got you earmarked for 100, 115, 100, whatever your top limit is, you feel going into that ball game, you're going to use them all. And if you're not good, that's too bad. You may have a day you give up 12 earnings because you're using all your pitches. You can't toast the bullpen again. You've seen the work that they've had to do over the last 8 days, and there's no let up. You're just going to keep playing from here on. It's not like you've got a couple off days coming up. So hopefully he can find it quickly.
Out after that one. In front of the changeup, and it's 1-2.
A double play ball would be ideal. You see here's the changeup here, just kind of stays up and out over, but Plouffe a little quick and underneath it.
Up 2-2. Chris Colabello is on deck. Another full count. This is the 6th full count he's had on a hitter. 2 on, nobody out in the 2nd inning. This one pulled down the line. It's going to be foul and out of play. Forcing another 3-2 pitch. Bedard, as you know, is in camp as a non-roster invite. Battling for the 5th spot in the rotation. Didn't make it. But looking elsewhere for a spot that did not materialize for him, and he decided to go to AAA to Durham. Now he's on the verge of making his 60th pitch with nobody out in the 2nd inning. Ground ball through the hole, base hit into left. Dozier's going to be waved around. He will score. So Plouffe drives in a run. That makes it a 4-0 ball game. Mauer stopped at second. For Plouffe, his 14th run batted in.
This Twins lineup, they've seen a lot of pitches. You see Jose Molina, the reaction right there. He was completely crossed up on that pitch. Trevor Plouffe was not.
Chris Colabello. He lined to short his first time. Lifts the fly ball into right center. Jennings makes the catch. Mauer tags, goes to third. 1 out now with first and third. Osmil Pinto, the DH who walked and scored in the first, about to step in. Well, Jim Hickey is on the phone. And that bullpen, which gave the Rays a lot of coverage last night, will spring into action. Pinto takes a strike. Heath Bell pitched an inning last night. Well, this is the last thing the Rays wanted to see happen. Popper foul. Loney gives it a chase. Great effort. The mitt into the stands, and that's a foul ball. A little mix-up with the fans down there in the first row or two.
Loney went in for the baseball and ended up with a pair of sunglasses. You know, he went into the stands, had a shot at it, and the grape down there got him.
Two-strike pitch. Upstairs. 1-2. Four runs, 4 hits, 5 walks. And strike 3 call. Pinto out of there. Fastball up. Pinto thought it might have been a little up.
This is the one pitch that Bedard has not been getting, but he's able to keep this one on the plate right at the top of the strike zone. At the letters, Ted Barrett rings him.
2 outs with a run home and men on the corners. First base, third base. Kurt Suzuki, who has a base hit and 2 runs batted in. He takes a strike. Down to third. Longoria with the throw to Zobrist at second base, limiting Minnesota to 1 run in the second. Evan Longoria will open the bottom of the second here with the Rays down 4-0. Baseball on Sun Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. And visit your local Checkers for the $2 shrimp and fries box. Evan Longoria will open the bottom of the second. Longoria, Loney, and Myers. Pitch is a strike. Ricky Nolasco, 31-year-old right-hander on the hill. Liner into left, charging, full, and it's going to skip by him and go all the way to the wall. Hicks will back it up. Longoria around second and holds with the double. Sinking line drive. A 2-base hit for Evans.
And I think Sam Fuld probably regrets that decision. You got a 4-run lead. No reason to play do or die right here. Play that into a single. Maybe look for a double play ball. But you don't want the Tampa Bay lineup to start getting things going. And by leaving your feet right here in a do or die type situation, it gets by you. It's extra bases for sure. You know, that could have a whole lot to do with coming back here where he's made Manny a highlight reel catch. A little bit too aggressive there.
Now, we're not sure that he ever made a routine catch. No. I mean, the way he threw his body around when he played here, it seemed that everything was jumping and diving and crashing.
And listen, it's fun to watch, and there's certainly a time and a place for it, but you don't want to become reckless.
James Loney looks at strike one.
You know, those balls like that, if you're moving to the side and it's going to be a gapper anyway, okay, but that right there, you just lay off, let it fall in for a single.
Well, here's the deal. There's a difference between having a guy at first and a guy in scoring position with nobody out.
Oh, yeah.
And as difficult as the first 2 innings were for Bedard, the Rays are still very much in this game. It's a 4-0 game. And so they score a run or two here, who knows what could happen.
That's exactly right. You get a starting pitcher on the mound in Ricky Nolasco that's given up 5 earned runs in 3 of his 4 starts.
A shot back into right, pretty well tagged. One hop and to the wall. Longoria scores. Loney digs for second, safe with a double, and the Rays are on the board.
Well, there you go. And then now you start to energize that Rays dugout. They say, you know what, we may have to win a shootout today, and so be it. But back-to-back doubles for the Rays here in the 2nd inning. Middle of the plate, Loney all over it.
Longoria double, Loney a double, his 8th run batted, or his 8th double and his 13th run batted in. Rays have doubled with these two-base hits here in every game this year. Here's Will Myers. Rolls it to the shortstop, Foreman. And the throw, I'll tell you, you better not get nonchalant about getting the ball over there with Myers. He hustles down the line, and that was way closer than it ever should have been.
That he does it the right way, and don't let his size fool you. He's a big kid, but he does long strides. He covers a lot of ground. And if you don't come up with it clean and get rid of the ball rather quickly, you're going to get these bang-bang plays on him all the time. And we've seen him already with a couple infield hits this year on hustle.
Now David DeJesus. One ball, no strikes. DeJesus snapped an 0 for 24 here in the opening game of the series Tuesday. Finished the night with 3 hits and 3 runs batted in. A 1-1 count. Breaking ball is ball 2. Well, the Rays have had success against Nolasco throughout his career. He's made 7 prior starts and has gone 2-5 against the Rays with an earned run average over 7.
And those 5 losses, Dwayne, have been his last 5 starts against the Rays.
So they're trying to battle back from a 4-run deficit.
And most of that damage done during the Citrus Series, which we look forward to every year.
Meanwhile, the 2-2 pitch. It's a foul ball. Four runs, 4 hits for Minnesota. A run, 2 hits for the Rays. Trying to get Loney home from second base.
Come on, David. Bring that run home.
And a foul ball again, right side. Two the count to David DeJesus. Well, he's extending this at bat, fouling that one the other way. And Velasco had an unusual first inning. He made 11 pitches in the first inning, and only 3 were strikes. Threw a double play ball after walking Zobrist. Got Joyce to end it. The count is full. Made 3 prior starts here at the Trop, 1 and 2. He's earned on average at 6.75 here.
Come on, David. Come on, David. Bring him home.
High fly ball. Deep to right. Colabello looking up. It's gone. DeJesus belts a 2-run blast, and it's a 1-run ball game. David DeJesus got to 3-2, continued to foul pitches away, and finally on the 9th pitch of the at-bat, he hits it out.
Well, middle in, and he lowers the boom. You know, David coming off the opening night of this series, a 3-hit ball game, drove in 3 in that game, and here it gets 2 more for the Rays here, right back to 4-3. Here in the second inning. What a turnaround here for this Rays offense.
You know, Escobar takes a pitch down. David DeJesus with his first home run of the year. And the Rays right back in this thing.
Well, we saw in the first inning, Ricky Nolasco was not locked in. He missed on his first 6 pitches of the game out of the strike zone. Did get the big double play ball, and that obviously helps. But he has not been very sharp. Started to nibble a little bit in this inning after the leadoff double by Longoria. And it's cost him big. Rays have answered.
So Escobar with a 2-1 count. A nice at bat for David DeJesus, and to finish it off with a long one. Crowning blow right there. Working it back to 3-2, fouling away all those pitches. Three and 1 to count on Escobar. Pitch inside, he walked him. Second walk given up by Nolasco.
And if you watch his delivery, it almost is drifting and changing from pitch to pitch. One pitch he'll stay down and through the baseball very well. Then he starts to come a little bit open. Watch how everything comes apart right here. Trying to go down and away, but just flies open, arm drags, ball runs arm side high, up and in. You know, that's when you're missing your spot there, not by a little bit. You're missing by feet.
Yeah, that's the exact opposite of where you want to go.
No, and that's scary as a pitcher to be out there knowing I want this ball down and away, and you're missing up and in.
First pitch to Molina misses. Ball, no strikes.
And listen, this is all being recognized by Rays hitters. They're saying, listen, he's struggling with his command. He's struggling mechanically. So let's go up there and start to keyhole. Both of these offenses are doing that. Patient until they get something out over the plate.
There goes Escobar. The pitch tapped to third. Foul. Back to first goes the Rays shortstop. 1-1 to count to Molina. Jose 3 of 27 on the year. Velasco's delivery out of the stretch. Goes again, ground ball towards short. Foreman's going to have to take it to first. So the Rays with Escobar moving. Stay away from the double play. 2 outs with Escobar in scoring position for the top of the order. Ben Zobrist walked on 4 pitches to start the bottom of the first. Strike 1. Well, that first pitch from Velasco to Zobrist just disappeared on Ben. One and one. Ball, 2 strikes. But Velasco, his 5th start overall, and his 4th on the road. He pitched well at home. Picking up a win over Kansas City, 8 innings of 5-hit 1-run baseball, but all the road starts have been issues for him. And fouls it off his foot. Velasco opened by giving up 5 runs in 6 innings against the White Sox. In his second start, a no decision on the road against the Indians. 5 runs, 7 hits in 4 innings. Then that home start, a good one against Kansas City, and then 5 runs and 11 hits in 5 2/3 against the Royals in Kansas City. That was his most recent start leading up to this one. Fastball misses. It's 2-2.
That's
2-2. Fly ball into right. Colabello to his left and in, makes the catch. So the Rays are out in the second inning, but they score 3. 2 coming on 1 swing of the bat from David DeJesus. And at the end of 2, it's 4-3 Minnesota. Have bounced right back into this contest with a 3-run second. We go to the third, and here's Sam Fole leading it off. Former Ray, and he takes a strike from Eric Bedard. Been an issue for Bedard to find the strike zone in this one. Rays need as many pitches, as many innings as they can get out of Bedard today. 41 pitches in the first inning, and Heath Bell, who was up last inning, is up to start the third inning here.
When you get the feeling that the Rays offense coming back like they did, Joe Maddon's not going to wait around. He'd like to get his pitches in, but you also want to get a win, and he's got to go to the bullpen. Looks like he's willing to do it.
Zobrist with the pickup. Sam Fole is out here to begin the third. Flex your fandom with the all-new Rays Flex Packs. These 3, 6, or 9-game packs offer huge savings. Great member-only rewards and special promotions throughout the season. Select any games you'd like to attend to purchase your Flex Pack. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Aaron Hicks walked his first time and takes the first pitch strike. Curveball in there from Bedard. A very shaky beginning of this one for the 35-year-old left-hander. Pitch bunted. Bedard with the pickup and the toss to first, and Hicks is out of there. Loney getting over there to take the toss. 2 up, 2 down. That's 2 outs on 5 pitches. A complete turnabout so far. The number 9 hitter is the shortstop, Pedro Florima. I don't know. Bedard, as you recall, a longtime member of the Baltimore Orioles. He won 15 games for the Orioles back in 2006. Made 33 starts. A shot to center. Jennings cutting back and makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 third. That is what the Rays need. 4-3 Minnesota. Hit in the bottom of the third in today's game and all season long. Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports. Rays have one of those from David DeJesus. 2-run home run in the bottom of the second. De Jesus, the DH in the Rays lineup this afternoon. Here's Desmond Jennings to open the Rays half of the third. Ricky Nolasco misses upstairs. Joyce next, and then Longoria. 1-1. Matt on deck.
Gone right over to play for the Jets. He was a linebacker. Right? Marcus Watery. Just got done playing for Minnesota.
He started to go, but Desmond checked in time. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, you got the feeling that if this Rays offense can continue to stay patient, they're going to get their opportunities against Nolasco, because right now he's just not mechanically sound enough to have his command there pitch to pitch in any consistent manner.
Liner into left. Hold is right there though and makes the catch. The Rays have hit some balls hard.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to. That's the bottom line. Just, right now, Ricky Nolasco, like I said, sometimes you're watching him make these deliveries to home plate, and on 3 different pitches, you're going to get 3 different looks. And when you're, mechanically just a little bit out of sync, it's hard to have consistent command. And if the Rays can show patience, which they've done in the past, they'll get balls to hit, and they'll hit them hard.
Matt Joyce hit a fly ball to center his first time. First pitch breaking ball, strike 1.
And we've seen more of that. He's sort of struggled mostly with the fastball and the command of that pitch. So going to some more breaking balls here to try to get ahead.
This one is low, 1-1, and sometimes that breaking ball is good for that for a pitcher to get him back in sync.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And right now you can see him searching, trying to go through each pitch, the slider, the curveball, the changeup.
That's foul just outside the right field line.
Yeah, that's always tough out there when you're out of sync. You're trying to get back into sync. You're going through your keys of your delivery, how you can try to get things going again. And sometimes it's a process. I mean, you've really got to try to find something that works and build off of that.
2-2. When you were out of sync, the very few times that you were, did you ever just find it? Because there's so much feel to this game and a delivery.
I would tend to find it by going harder rather than softer. Yeah. Almost where you get to the mind, you're like, listen, I'm out here floundering around. My fielders have been playing behind me for what seems like a week. I'm coming right after you now. Yep. And so it was always, if I go harder, things would click into place a little bit better than if I tried to go soft and start dancing around the zone with off-speed pitches.
Yep. The base hit for Matt Joyce. Rays have a runner with 1 out.
Well, that was an off-speed delivery that stayed out over the plate. And Matt, nice job of going out and getting it. You get the feeling both managers right now just trying to nurse their starter through. This is a 1-run game here in the 3rd inning. Eric Bedard showing good things last half.
Breaking ball to start Longoria, and it's outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
And if he can continue to do that, he can get you a couple more innings. Being efficient like that can get you through 5, maybe 6 if he's really good. That would be huge.
Joyce back in at first. Well, Bedard went from a 41-pitch first inning to an 8-pitch 3rd inning.
Moving in the right direction. That's a tough first inning.
In a hurry, yeah. I mean, one end of the spectrum to the other.
Well, think about that. That started off with a leadoff walk to Dozier, then a walk to Mauer. So you're under duress for basically almost all of the 41 pitches.
Yeah. And then he started the 2nd inning by walking Dozier and giving up a base hit to Mount. The following single to Plouffe.
A lot of high leverage, but calmed it down from there. Had a good 3rd. His offense has gotten him right back in it. So you certainly like the way that he is trending.
2-1 to count to Evan, who opened the second inning with a double. The outside edge right there. 2-2. Just on the edge. Forces another 2-2 pitch. James Loney is on deck. Each team with 4 hits. Velasco has given up 2 walks. Fouls it back. Well, you can see these hitters waiting through counts, fouling pitches back.
There's a certain amount of confidence that a hitter will take with himself to the plate when he knows that a pitcher is struggling to find it. You already feel like you're in a better spot. Like, this guy is not locked in. I'm going to get a pitch to hit. That'll excite any hitter.
There goes the runner. The pitch is swing and a miss. The throw down. Skips into center. Joyce up and on his way to third. So Longoria strikes out. Joyce steals second. Goes to third. As the throw skipped through, an error charge to Suzuki.
Boy, not a lot of running by the Rays, but a good off speed, a good split there by Nolasco. Is able to get the swing and a miss from Evan, but the throw wide and short. And Matt Joyce able to get 90 feet away from another Rays run.
Ron Gardner comes out, having a little chat with Ted Barrett. And I wonder if he's talking about potential interference.
Absolutely. I think that that's the only thing that he could be questioning on the strike 3. And, you know, Evans reaching for that pitch to split in the dirt. And let's see right here.
No real contact. Evans swinging at that pitch. James Loney. First pitch to him is a strike. So the Rays with the potential tying run down there at third. But a single, a steal, the throwing error allowing Joyce to advance. The steal by Matt, his first of the year. Toward left center. Bold is there making the catch, and the Rays lead that man at third. We go to the 4th inning, 4-3 Minnesota. Show off your keen fashion sense with the Rays wristlet, only available through the purchase of a Tampa Bay Times ticket tandem to the game Friday, May 9th. Perfect gift for yourself or mom for Mother's Day. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com/tandems to purchase now.
You know what? The Rays are getting aggressive with the giveaways. Always do a great job year in and year out, and now they're throwing some items at you you've not seen before anywhere.
That's got a chance to be really great.
Yeah. You got the wristlet. You got the the woman's hat, the sun hat.
Yeah.
You had the DJ Kitty, almost like a winter hat.
Yeah, I'd like to take that on this road trip.
The DJ Kitty plush hat.
Yeah. 0-2 pitch is single right back up the middle. Dozier with a big turn. He's on for the third time. An 0-2 base hit for Dozier. Bedard had retired 6 in a row, got ahead of Dozier, and now a base hit.
Heath Bell in his third inning of work down in the pen.
Yeah, I'll tell you, well, that old rule, if you get him up the third time, he's in there.
Yeah. You would better believe that it's going to be soon. And you certainly aren't going to use a guy down there, warm him up 3 times, and then let him sit. You're going to have to use them all.
Now
Nice.
bunch grab by Molina. Boy, that would have been nice. Just go ahead and complete that double play, but it's a foul ball.
The reaction of Paul Schreiber coming off of that attempt, Escobar coming off of second base, and the panic. Boy, how about this? Molina, cat-like, up and out, bare hand throw. That would have been something. You got to play it. You never know.
Yeah, cat-like reflexes, a bear claw grip on that ball.
And then Schreiber thought that Escobar, after he took the throw, was going to eat one. I mean, you could see the panic in his eyes from up here.
Foul back. So it's a 1-2 count to Mauer. So Bedard just over 80 pitches. Screen. Mauer has walked and singled in this game. He got the base hit in the 12th inning last night that led to 2 deciding runs. He led off the 12th with a single and scored. And 5 hits allowed by Eric Bedard to go with 5 walks and a strikeout. And there's strike 3 call. Mauer caught looking at a fastball.
Well, he's starting to get that glove side fastball under control, and here he goes with a little slide step, quickens the pace up on Mauer, and then spots it beautifully. No complaints there. Great pitch.
Trevor Plouffe. Fouls it right back and out of play for a strike. Plouffe got an RBI single in the second. chopper out to Zobrist in the first.
Well, Plouffe comes into this game leading All-American League third baseman and on-base percentage, off to a good start with the bat and the eye at the plate, over 400.
There's the strike, 0-2. It's been a good start offensively for Plouffe. He's really hit the ball to all fields this year. Plouffe has walked a lot, hit the ball all over the ballpark. Shoots this one down the middle, the drive to center. Jennings is there to make the catch. Now a tag and a move up to second by Dozier, taking advantage of that long fly ball to center. And Dozier beat the play back in at second base.
Ray's going to take a look over there. Yeah, Plouffe got into that ball well enough to center to drive Jennings back. And Brian Dozier going to be aggressive here, trying to get into scoring position with 2 outs. And he does just that. So you do retire the 3-hole hitter Plouffe, but you give up the base to Dozier.
Yeah, and the Rays appeal that play at first, just in case Dozier left too soon on that deep fly ball off the bat of Plouffe. So 2 outs. Chris Colabello is going to be the hitter. It's ball 1. Colabello is lined to short, hit a fly ball to center. Little low right there, off speed. Two-0 pitch is chopped to third. Longoria retreats, glove spins, and throws. Colabello is out, number 3. Leadoff single. Dozier left aboard. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's a 1-run ball game. 4-3 Minnesota. scored 3 in the second inning to get back in this thing. They come in to hit in the bottom of the 4th, down 4-3, and send Will Myers up there against Ricky Nolasco. This pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Boy, coming into this inning, that shot of Phantom Cam, the ball off of David DeJesus' bat, and you can see the backspin start. That is a beautiful shot.
Well, you see more things about the game that we've never seen before as a result of the Phantom Cam. And just small little parts of this game that suddenly become visible.
Yeah. Well, you know, you talk about guys getting carry and good backspin, and that's what gives that ball carry out there to the gaps and this and that and the other. And this is it. Watch this as it comes in. Watch the backspin start. Boom. And there it goes. There's that carry. There's that backspin. Don't wonder why it was a 2-run jack.
(3-1). DeJesus will hit second in this inning. Top shot to third, and Plouffe is there. His throw to first. So that'll be out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, let's check in with Todd Callis. Todd, what's up?
Well, Dwayne, our Twitter poll question from last night had such a big response. We extended it to a 2-day poll. We'll give you the results of the Rays Live postgame show. Rays head out on a 3-city trip after the game, and we asked you, if you were a fan and the Rays said you could go to any one of these 3 cities on the upcoming trip, which would you choose? Hashtag TB1 Chicago, hashtag TB2 Boston, hashtag TB3 New York. Tweet your votes to @SunSportsRays. Again, the results after the game. David DeJesus would probably go hashtag TB1 since he and his wife Kim live in Wheaton in the offseason. Guys, back to you.
And DeJesus going to bunt and miss the first pitch, strike 1. 0-1 count. We had a nice at bat leading up to that home run against Nolasco in the second. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bell been a fixture down there on that bullpen mound so far this afternoon.
You got to believe here in between innings, the way that he's heating it up, that he is coming in at this point. Either that or it's part of a fundraiser.
DeJesus skies it to left. Cole has to drift a bit deeper and get into position. So 2 outs. Janelle Escobar. Escobar drew a base on balls in the second. He swung a good bat against Nolasco through the years. Takes one outside. He came in 10 out of 29 with a home run against him. That factors out to a .345 average. That's a strike, says Ted Barrett. It's 1-1. It's now 2-1. Down to short. Norman makes the play, and it's a 1-2-3 fourth inning. On to the fifth here at the Trop. 4-3 Minnesota.
Heath Bell is coming in to replace Eric Bedard, and there are many interesting nuggets about Bell, but one you may not know is that he glides into the ballpark every day on a motorized unicycle called a solo wheel. And yesterday he gave me a quick tip, took me around, gave me a lesson, and I'll tell you what, getting your balance pretty tricky on these things. He's taught quite a few players on the team. Players have gone on to purchase them, like Alex Cobb, Matt Moore, Cesar Ramos, Josh Lukey, and you know the Rays about to head on this road trip here. Well, what do I see other than Heath Bell coming in with his suitcase dragged behind him today at work? Pretty funny sight, guys.
And here is Heath Bell after that trip to the ballpark, I guess, on the solo wheel, coming in relief of Eric Bedard to open the fifth inning. Bell worked an inning last night, picked up a couple strikeouts. Face Osmio Pinto to begin the fifth. First pitch is inside. Bedard charged with 4 runs, 5 hits in the 4 innings he worked, and he got to 90 pitches, 41 of those in the first inning. So Bedard, outside of the pacing, did not have a walk in the park today. Gave up 4 walks in the first inning and 3 runs, and then managed, after a big touch for a run in the second, to settle in a bit. In fact, he retired 9 of the last 10 men he faced.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was going to make it out of that second inning, but you're right. He calmed it down. The Rays offense got him back in it at 4-3. A couple of shutdown innings, and now you've got it into the fifth. And while, you know, it's not a line you're going to hang your hat on, he did battle through and end strong for the Rays.
Oh, that pitch hits Pinto. Up and in to Pinto, and he's hit by the pitch.
That ball really took off on Heath Bell. You know, Pinto's a strong guy. You want to limit his extension on his swing, so you're going to try to come in, and this ball just takes off. And anytime a hitter takes one up there, off the shoulder, up around the head area, they tend to get a little chappy.
You look at that, hard to blame them, I tell you.
See way too much of the baseball.
Kurt Suzuki, the hitter for the Twins, he singled in 2 runs in the first. ball, no strikes. Suzuki 1 out of 2. One and one now. Bell was the third pitcher in the game last night for the Rays. Faced Chris Herman, Eduardo Escobar, and Sam Fuld in a 1-2-3 inning. There's a base hit punched up the middle by Suzuki. So just like that, the Twins put together a threat in the 5th inning on a hit batter and now a single. And Sam Fuld will be the hitter. Bell struck him out last night when he faced him to end the 6th. Up here against Fuld with 2 men on and nobody out in the 5th inning of this game. Get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Available dates are going fast, so act now to make your group reservation behind the Rays bullpen. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or online at raysbaseball.com. Looking at Bedard's line, 90 pitches, the 4 runs, all 4 of the runs scored were put aboard via the walk. Now Bell working with 2 men on. Sam Fuld looks at a high fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. It's a 2-1 count. Shot toward the gap. Myers on the run over his head. Vito will score. Suzuki held at third. Sam Fuld hits his 2nd double of the game, and it's now 5-3 Minnesota.
Well, you're not expecting Sam Fuld to go over your head out in right center field, but that's exactly what he does. Look at this pitch right down Broadway. Sam out. That short, compact swing puts a charge into it and able to clear Will Myers. Tell you what, Sam Fuld has not been very nice to his former teammates in coming back here the last couple of nights.
He has not. Now 2 doubles today. The pitch to Aaron Hicks misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, you look at the line on Sam Fuld and his work this year with Oakland and now Minnesota. He has 10 hits. He has 3 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. With extra base hits like that, he's swinging the bat more like Sam Bunyan, Paul's stronger brother. you would ordinarily think you would get out of Sam Fuld.
Yeah, and 3 of those doubles have come last night and now this afternoon. Day not over yet either.
A 1-2 count. Hicks walked and tried to bunt his way on. Did not go on the appeal down to Mark Carlson. So the count is 2-2. A hole right there by Hicks. The Rays into the bullpen here in the 5th inning. Touch for a run. Hicks holds the count at 2-2, fouling that one away. Going to run the count full. So this turns out to be a big pitch for Heath Bell with nobody out. Dealing with the number 8 hitter in the Minnesota lineup. And a shot deep to right field. That ball will get out of here. A 3-run home run. That pitch stayed up, and Hicks belts it out. A 3-run home run, and just like that, the Twins have a 4-run inning. That makes it 8-3.
Well, you can see Hicks' eyes light up on this offering from Heath Bell up, and boy, did he jump out after it and clobber it to right field. Quick. Boy, off-speed delivery that stayed right up in the eyes. He got a great look at it.
Gorman rolls it to shortstop. Escobar throws him out for the first out. Well, that ball up and jumped off the bat of Hicks.
Well, anytime you see, I mean, that's that split finger coming in with that tumbling action. It's up close to your eyes and it's not doing anything. And that was worth 3.
Brian Dozier takes a strike. One and one. It's 2 balls and a strike. Ball to third. Kevin Longoria's throw to first, right on the money to James Loney. So a couple of ground balls after the home run. An RBI double and a 3-run home run here in the 5th inning for the Minnesota Twins. There's Joe Mauer. A strike, breaking ball. 2-strike count. It's a bit close. 1-2.
Heath Bell trying to close out this inning and get the Rays offense another shot. Got their work cut out for him now, down by 5. But you know what?
Plouffe is on deck here.
Yeah, well, Trevor Plouffe off to a very good start. Yeah, that was the deal. Last year didn't do much with the bat, and so coming in, a little bit of a change of approach, more discipline, better idea of his strike zone, and doing the job now.
Bauer fouls this one back a third. The count holds at 2-2. Cleveland beat Kansas City in Cleveland. It's a 5-1 final. Indians had a 5-run fifth.
And here we are in the top of the 5th.
Bauer fouls it away again.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to be here a while. We've already been here a while.
Yes, we have.
So you might as well, listen, down 5, put some runs up.
That's right.
You got to get pitches to hit. They've hit some balls hard to go for naught. They have scored 3. So this doesn't look good right now on the scoreboard, but they've got 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. They've got 5 more shots at it.
Ground ball to Longoria. Evan right there. So after the 3-run blast, 3 ground ball outs. 8-3 Minnesota, mid-5. Has come to town and hurt the Rays with 2 doubles in this game. 2 runs batted in and a run scored. He double home another run in the 5th inning ahead of the Hicks home run. David DeJesus got the Rays back in this game with a 2-run homer in the 2nd. But they score 4-3. Minnesota scored 4 in the 5th inning. 3 coming on the Aaron Hicks home run. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Jose Molina takes a strike from Ricky Nolasco. Molina hit a ground ball to the shortstop his first time. Pitch floats in, a curveball that would not break, and it's 1-1. Hopper right side. Colabello in from right. A better look at that one than Dozier, and Colabello makes the catch. 6 in a row retired by Nolasco. Rays got all 3 of their runs in the second. They had a base hit from Joyce in the third. He stole second, went to third on an error. And that's been it over the last couple of innings against Nolasco. Check swing foul ball by Ben Zobrist. And 0 for 1 with a walk.
Yeah, Jeff said he gave you copies of everything and everything you've done. I need to double check that. He really did.
1 ball, 1 strike. It's on a nice run over the last couple of weeks, hitting over 300 for that stretch. He takes a curveball. That's strike 2.
He's another one that's able to keep his swing. Pretty good check. Both sides of the plate, productive. Good idea. The strike zone. Take some walks. How about that?
It's a soft liner in the center. Drops for a base hit.
Well done there. Whatever he's got to do to get on base, that's what Ben Zobrist does. That right there, not a big swing. A good pitch by Nolasco. A better job of hitting by Zobrist. There's a split down and away. And look at him just go down there. Bend the knees. Lengthen that swing. Cover. Good plate coverage. And just soft serve it into center.
Desmond hits it on the ground to short. Nice hop, Florman. Dozier 1, first base 2. 6-4-3. Jennings grounds into the second double play of the day. On to the 6th, 8-3 Minnesota. And it's time for you to tweet your photo using hashtag #SunSportsFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. That'd be a great fan photo right there. That section. They've got to have Rays gear on almost everybody in that section. Maybe 5-6 people without it, but there's some kind of Rays gear going on almost everywhere you look right there.
I could circle them, Dwayne, and highlight it for everybody.
Then we'd have to count them all, divide it, and see what the percentage was of people with Rays gear and that very small percentage without them in that section.
And that is true. I'll tell you what, and we talked about it in between innings, I've never seen anything like what we saw in Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's right. Cincinnati's like that. at the ballpark and away from the ballpark.
That's what blew your mind. Everywhere you walked in downtown Cincinnati, everybody had Reds gear on. It was unreal. Didn't matter the time of the day. Didn't matter what day it was.
Here's Plouffe lifting a shot to right center field. Extra bases. A 2-base hit for Trevor Plouffe to lead off the 6th inning. That ball a long way back into right center field.
Oh, Plouffe gets into this. This ball stays middle and right about thigh high. And Plouffe's a strong guy, and you can see him. And ball coming off the bat. There's that backspin the other way. The good carry into the gap and the leadoff double.
Well, that's a good example of what Plouffe has done this year. He had the base hit to left in the 2nd, and then Plouffe powered that one into right center field for a double. So he's hitting the ball all over the ballpark. And here's Chris Colabello taking one high, a curveball that didn't have a lot of snap to it. 1 ball, no strikes. Cut and a miss. 1-1. Talking about all the Rays gear in that shot and what it's like in Cincinnati. St. Louis is like that. You see a lot of that. It just occurred to me that we see in this ballpark a lot of Rays gear. 1-1. You expect that here in the home ballpark you're going to see a lot of that, but on most days you really see, I think, I don't know what the percentage breakout would be, but it seems to be more than most on a percentage basis.
It's simple, it's easy on the eyes, it's not so busy and up in your face.
Ground ball, shortstop Escobar. Nice pickup, and he turns and throws right on the money. With that turn and then to come out of that with the accurate throw, Plouffe remains at 2nd.
And that's why that's a big out. You know, Colabello is looking to drive him in, something that he's been very good at in this series and very good at on the season. But a nice play by Escobar, throwing that ball over Plouffe and keeping him right there at 2nd base. And get him over to 3rd base, less than 2 outs, becomes a much easier task for Pinto.
Pinto has walked, he's been hit by a pitch, and has scored both times he's been on base. Big cut right there by Pinto. Fouled the fastball back for a strike. Eight runs, 9 hits for Minnesota, 3 runs, 5 hits for the Rays. Well, the foul ball, 2 strikes. Rays hit the road immediately after this game and head into Chicago. They'll take on the White Sox tomorrow night. Chris Archer will be after his 3rd win of the year. Chris 2-1, and Eric Johnson on the hill with the White Sox. Still a 2-strike count. It's Kurt Suzuki on deck. Twins have led throughout the day. They led 3-0, 4-0, then 4-3. It's now 8-3. Loney at first. Plouffe goes to 3rd. And Pinto's out number 2. Here's the matchup against the Chicago White Sox. Chris Sale on the shelf, so the Rays will miss him. Archer starts the first game. Cesar Ramos the second game. David Price back then third, and Jay Odorizzi will pitch Monday night.
And right now, a completely new look rotation for the Chicago White Sox. Of those names, most people only familiar with probably John Danks pitching on Saturday, but a completely new look by the White Sox, and it'll be a challenge trying to gather that information on some of those other guys, figure out what they do and how the Rays are going to attack them.
That's the strike to Suzuki.
An old 4-game.
One strike count on Suzuki. It's 1-1. Eight, 9-1 for Minnesota. 3-5-0 for the Rays. Two-one the count. Blue for third. Right back, deflecting off Bell to the right side. The run is going to score. Zobrist will make the pickup. They'll want to come out and take a look at Heath Bell after taking the line drive.
Now had no chance of protecting himself. That ball was hit low and hard off the bat of Suzuki. Got him down around the foot, ankle, shin area. He's saying he's okay. Now, who knows? Let's see. Maybe he got his glove.
That's going to be it for Bell. So Bell departs. Back with a new pitcher in a moment. By Fiat. Heath Bell departs after the ball hit back to the mound by Kurt Suzuki that appeared to get part of Bell's glove and maybe part of the knee. And Juan Carlos Oviedo enters the game. First time he's been in a big league game since September of 2011.
92 saves with the Marlins.
Sam Fold, first man he faces. The pitch is a ball. September 21st, 2011. when he was with the Marlins and pitching as Leo Nunez. Pitched against Atlanta. It's high. Sam Fold with a couple 2-base hits here in 3 at-bats today for Minnesota. Turns out he didn't have a double at all last year for the Rays. We talked about all the extra base hits he's loaded up here in the early going with the A's and with the Twins. Oviedo falls behind 3-0. Yeah, he was the closer for a long stretch with the Marlins. He pitched as Leo Nunez. 3-1. He underwent Tommy John surgery in September of 2012.
Very well. He's going to sleep with that tonight. He's going to bed with that, huh? He's going to sleep with that ball tonight.
Line drive into right for a base hit. Myers returns it to the infield. Kurt Suzuki goes to second, and Sam Fold is 3 for 4 today.
Sam having himself quite a day. More solid contact here. And no let up in the Twins offense today.
He had 2 hits, an RBI single and a double in the game last night. 2 doubles and a single in the game today. Cut and a miss by Hicks.
You could see how that could be a huge weapon for Oviedo. He continues to build that arm strength and build up more innings.
Yeah, visa issues got in the way of his arrival in spring training. He didn't get there until the middle of March. Got into a couple of games and then made 7 rehab appearances at AAA Durham.
This was a guy that you thought maybe could be coming out opening day with the Rays, but because of those issues and getting in when he did, that was not going to happen. So get some work in down in Durham, and now here you see him. Very good changeup.
And a swing and a miss taking care of Hicks. So he's out on strikes. 9-3 mid-6 Minnesota. Up tomorrow on Rays Live. The pregame show is presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Todd and Orestes will be live from the south side of the Windy City and features on the Rays inner defense. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Ricky Nolasco now with a 6-run lead. Matt Joyce leads off. Pitch is too high. 1 ball, no strikes.
If they're going to break down the Rays infield defense, they may need more than one segment. You guys are pretty stinking good.
Fair ball up the right field line. Extra bases for Joyce on his way to second. And they're standing up with a double. His 7th double of the year.
Well, Matt Joyce continues his hot start, continues to pound right-handed pitching. Well, you're going to come in, you had better get it there. That one not quite to the spot. And Matt Joyce jumps all over it. Joe Mauer not even a chance for a dive. That ball hammered.
Yeah, that gives him 5 for 9 lifetime against Nolasco. It's a fair ball back at third by LaGloria. Throw to first, and Plouffe throws him out.
Well, Plouffe showing plenty of oomph on the throw. Well, you backhand that going up the line, got to turn and fire. It's a long throw.
James Loney. Rays scored all 3 of their runs in the 2nd inning, and Loney drove in the first one with a double. Strike 1.
10.
An 0-1 count to the Rays' first baseman. Liner right center field. That'll get Joyce home. An RBI single. It's 9-4. 14th RBI this year for Loney.
Well, watch where Kurt Suzuki and Ricky Nolasco wanted this pitch. Watch where it ended up, and watch what James Loney did to it. Gonna hop in. Stays middle. Where you see that catcher start to reach that glove back out across the plate. Bad things happen. James Loney. RBI base hit.
Will Myers shoots it into right field. There's a base hit. Down to second goes Loney. 3 hits in the inning, and the Rays are trying to put something together.
And you wonder how long Ron Gardenhire is going to stay with Ricky Nolasco, because he's been watching this all afternoon. Just erratic with command. A lot of pitches finding their way to the middle of the plate. A lot of pitches are flat. Nice job by Will Myers here to take that ball the other way. Up and out over. Lets that ball get deep into the zone. And then unleashes on it.
David DeJesus, who unloaded a home run in the 2nd inning, up with 2 men on in the 6th inning. And a long one from DeJesus, and the Rays again would be right back in it. Takes a curveball. 1 ball, no strikes, and there is action now in the bullpen. Right-hander Tonkin, we saw him briefly last night. Michael Tonkin. 2-0. DeJesus had a 9-pitch at bat in the 2nd inning and resulted in this blast to right, his first home run of the year. 2-1. Rays 3 of 7 with men in scoring position. Twins with 16 such opportunities, 6 of 16. 3-1. A fastball from Nolasco misses. Escobar on deck. Janelle has been successful against Nolasco throughout his career. Jesus, that's a foul ball. And we'll take the count to 3-2.
And frustrated too because David did not want to swing at that pitch. And as he starts his swing and goes to hold up, the ball just catches that bat. Not happy.
Short, and they turn it into 2. So DeJesus hit that low sinking line drive to Florman, who got the force at second, and the throw to first, turning that into a double play, and the threat goes by the sideline. Rays settled for 1, trail 9-4. Minnesota Twins leading by 5. Tune into your Rays all season long right here on Sun Sports. Keep up with the competition using MLB.TV Premium and join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live and in true HD and on over 400 devices. Visit RaysBaseball.com for details. The shortstop, Pedro Florman, leads it off. He started that 6-3 double play to end the 6th inning. Now he opens the 7th. Carlos Oviedo delivers his first pitch, and it's low. Misses the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1.
Well, he's thrown a number of those changeups. Very good arm action on it. Good late action in the strike zone and out of the strike zone, right at the bottom of it. get the feeling, too, as he continues to build arm strength and continues to get more innings under his belt, if that fastball can get back. We saw that one right there at 92. Gain a couple of ticks on that with that changeup. What a devastating combination.
Well, that would be a welcome addition to this bullpen that recently has really had to give the Rays a lot of work. A 2-2 count on Florman. He's out on strikes.
That's dirty.
Yes.
I mean, that is a dirty, dirty pitch. Oviedo. Yeah, he's got that delivery. It looks just like the fastball. And look at it, the way that he rolls over the top of it. Just never gets there.
One out in the 7th. Now Brian Dozier. Strike. Fastball at 93.
He said about 90. That last inning that he was in the ball game for, one batter.
One and one. Eric Bedard started for the Rays, charged with 4 runs. Heath Bell charged with 5 in an inning and 2/3. And now Oviedo finished out the 6th and starting the 7th. Dozier lays off. Pitch too low.
Not according to Myron.
Well, 3 balls and a strike.
Tell you what, this has been a tough 24 hours, a little less than that for the Rays up to this point. You play a ball game like last night, approaching 5 hours, and come up on the short end in 12. Then come right back, quick turnaround today, and find yourselves down by 5 right now in the 7th.
So Dozier draws the walk. Well, there you go. The Dodgers been averaging the longest games in baseball. The Rays right there with the Red Sox.
The Rays and the White Sox, 3 against 5, 3 seed and 5 seed, and with potential rain delays. Those will be fun.
Yeah. 40 degrees.
Cold, rainy, play all night, perfect. Just win them. When you go to Boston, those are always good 4-hour tussles.
And the weather's got a chance to move in that direction too.
Typically does.
Yep. So there you go.
Not so bad when you're winning those games.
Yeah, it makes it all worthwhile then.
Yeah.
A ball, no strikes, the count on Joe Mauer. Runner takes off and Mauer fouls it out of play. It's 1-1. Oviedo out of the Dominican Republic. goes one more time. Pitch is low. Throw not in time. Dozier has his 6th stolen base of the year in as many attempts. The 1-out walk. Now a steal and a man in scoring position.
Pretty good lead, pretty good jump, and pick the right pitch. Off speed in the dirt. Not a whole lot Jose Molina could do.
Oviedo originally in the Pirates system. Kansas City came up. The Royals in 2005. Marlins in 09. Full count, or 3-1 count, beg your pardon. Change up, and Maurer took it low. Foreman struck out. Dozier walked and swiped second. Stealing third, and the ball hit on the ground to the right side. Zobrist takes care of that, and Dozier made a big turn at third with Longoria trailing him. So Maurer is out, second to first. Dozier advances to third, and the hitter is Plouffe. Trevor Plouffe, 2 for 4 on the day. He opened the 6th inning with a double. That led to a run. Luki up in the bullpen. The changeup is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Oviedo had 26 saves with the Marlins in 09, 30 the year after, and 36 the season following that. Twins scored 2 runs in the 12th inning en route to that 6-4 12-inning victory last night. They jumped out in front with a 3-run first today. Oviedo is behind 3-1.
Rays actually got it back to 4-3, but you go back to that 5th inning that started off with Pinto being hit up in the shoulder area, and then all downhill from there. Kurt Suzuki, Sam Fuld with a double, and then the big home run by Hicks. Push this lead right back out. Been an uphill climb all day.
Serves is ball 4. 2 outs with men at first and third now. A couple of walks here. As promised earlier in the game, we have the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to #SunSportsFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. Rays gear evident in that photo.
Oh yeah. 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Jim Hickey spending some time with Oviedo on the mound. first and third 2-out situation in the 7th. Oviedo making his first appearance again since September of 2011 in the major leagues. No strikes. Chris Colabello. Colabello, a major presence in the first 2 games of this series. 0 for 4 so far in game 3. Fly ball. Jennings on the move and is there. Desmond takes care of it. Couple of walks, 2 left, 7th inning stretch time, 9-4 Minnesota. (9-4) Minnesota leading the Rays. Pitching performance presented by Volkswagen. Juan Carlos Oviedo, 30 pitches and happy to be back pitching in the major leagues for the first time since September of 2011.
Juan Carlos Oviedo, you know, he's got the good fastball, very good changeup. We saw both on display today. You just figured that the more work that he gets, the better that fastball is going to get. Work down in the zone effectively. Nice to see him back. What a long layoff, a long road back, and here he is. Part of that very, very strong Rays bullpen, but very, very overworked right now.
Yunel Escobar leads off, and the pitch is a strike. Twins have a new right fielder. Escobar leads off in the home half of the 7th. Strike 2 from Nolasco. Chris Herman takes over for Colabello out there. Fly ball lifted into shallow right. Here comes Herman in a hurry, and off the glove of Dozier, the second baseman. Couldn't hold it. Escobar's aboard. He'll get a base hit out of that. The Dozier angling out from second, tried to get there. Herman had a full head of speed.
Yeah, just some miscommunication there. They come in. Dozier, that's got to be, as far as the angle that you're taking, you want to see Herman come in there, take charge of that situation, call Dozier off that ball and make the catch. You saw how difficult that was. He had to go a long way reaching to his left. Didn't happen. Ray's got a base runner.
Runner on with Jose Molina, now the hitter. Slider and a big cut and a miss by Molina. Caleb Thielbar has joined Michael Tonkin in the bullpen down the left field line for Minnesota. The glove of Foreman trying to backhand it. The ball threw into left for a base hit. Now Molina picks up a single here in the 7th inning.
Well, I'll tell you what, 2 plays that really could have been made by this Twins defense, not made. And let's see if the Rays can give them a finish. 2 runners aboard. You're heading right back to the top of the order.
And Ron Gardenhire is going to head from the dugout to the mound. Pitching change coming back with a lefty in a moment. Be on Fox Sports 1 is back with a doubleheader as Mike Trout and the Angels take on Derek Jeter and the Yankees. Then Andrew McCutchen and the Pirates square off against the Cardinals. The action starts at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Pitching change for Minnesota. Velasco out after 96 pitches, 6 innings plus 2 hitters in the 7th. Caleb Thielbar, the lefty, on to face Ben Zobrist, who puts down the bunt. It's going to be picked up by Plouffe. He cannot find a handle, and the bases are loaded. A bunt single for Ben Zobrist. Well, the Rays need some base runners, and they've loaded them here with that bunt base hit.
Well, here it is. Here's your golden opportunity. Down by 5, bases juiced. You get a gift base hit to lead it off. Jose Molina finds a hole. Ben Zobrist drops down a great bunt. And now what can you do with it?
Well, Desmond Jennings will be up. Twice has grounded into a double play today. First time he's ever had that occur. Line to left in between those 2 double plays. Ball 1. A long one here would make for a great finish to this game. Foul ball back, 1-1. Twists and turns in this game, and here's an opportunity for a big turn if the Rays can take advantage of the bases loaded, nobody out situation.
Well, it won't be easy. This Twins bullpen, they've not given up one of their own runs since the middle of April the 15th, and throwing the ball very, very well recently, but find themselves in a spot here.
2 balls and a strike. Shot into right. Herman is there to make the catch. Tag at third. Escobar will score. Molina goes to third, and the Rays get a run. That run makes it a 9-5 ball game. Matt Joyce. Matt 2 for 3, now faces the lefty. Strike 1.
And it won't be easy off Thielbar either. I mean, he's held lefties to a 143 average last year. This is his bread and butter, left on left.
Hopper back at third. Kloof after it. No play. 2 strikes.
Well, this is where Matt Joyce and that other way approach will help him against lefties. I'm not saying specifically in this situation, but more times than not, left on left, they're going to work those hitters away. And Matt Joyce showing that ability to go the other way, I think can only help him in situations like this.
Suzuki slides out there, stays in front of the slider. 1-2 count. This has been a very good bullpen for Minnesota. Toward left center field. The ball will hang up, caught by Hicks. Molina heads to the plate and is safe at the plate. Sacrifice fly by Matt Joyce. It's 9-6. So Molina scores on the fly ball.
Well, he made a bid. That was a nice at bat by Matt. That ball away. Go ahead and slice it out there away. This one stays up and Hicks able to make a play, but Molina does beat that ball to the plate, give the Rays another run and another pitching change.
Molina sliding just in case he had to take some evasive action. Got in there with little difficulty. And a pitching change. It'll be the right-hander Michael Tonkin, 9-6 Minnesota. Michael Tonkin, the tall right-hander, becomes the third pitcher. He worked a third of an inning last night in relief of Mike Pelfrey. This is Evan Longoria right now. The pitch is high. Zobrist, the runner at first. One. Evan doubled, scored the first run of the game for the Rays. Back in the second inning. Stairs fastball around 92. Jake McGee has joined Lukey in the bullpen. Bouncer foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We'd love to get this guy to the plate. These big spots later in the game.
Longoria pops it up. Foul ball. Gorman back toward the line, still foul. The shortstop makes the catch. The Rays come up with 2 onto the 8th. 9-6 Minnesota. Go to the 8th inning from Tropicana Field with Brian Anderson and Todd Callis. Dwayne Stats. The Rays battling from behind all day long. Have 2 shots left. Great to have you with us in the wrap-up game of this series and the homestand. Josh Lukey becomes pitcher number 4 for the Rays. He'll open the 8th inning against the designated hitter for the Minnesota Twins, Josmil Pinto. Ball, no strikes. Pinto 0 for 2, but he scored 2 runs. Walked and scored in the first, hit by a pitch to lead off the 5th. And that led to a 4-run inning. strike.
Good breaking ball by Lukey. If the Rays have any designs on coming back in this game, they've got 2 shots left and could use a 0 here by Josh.
Jared Burton, the right-hander, throwing in the Minnesota bullpen. That's fair back of the bag, and Longoria foul territory. What a play! He gets Pinto at first. Great play by Longoria.
Boy, he makes it look so easy, and it's anything but. This backhand, and he's way deep in foul territory. Turn and throw and just float it over there. Nice one hop right up to Loney. You know, whether it's a feed to second base, a throw that he's got a dart on the run, or even that one there. Just great touch and a great idea as he releases that baseball.
Snap a star on that one for Evan Longoria. And you're right, as great as he can be with the glove, his throws are just amazing. Amazingly accurate. Kurt Suzuki takes a strike.
You know, and it's understanding the situation. It's understanding when he has to hurry a throw, when he's got to put a little extra mustard on it, when he can afford to, like right there, as he's going out of bounds, going into foul territory, floating that ball across there and playing that hop, knowing that Pinto's not a speed demon. Just a great understanding of situations in the field.
Out of play, 2 strikes the count on Suzuki. Sam Bull will be next. He's had a big day against the Rays. One ball, 2 strikes. Word came down on the suspension. Michael Pineda. He got 10 games, a 10-game suspension for the Yankee right-hander. This one just got him. Suzuki nicked by that pitch. He'll go to first with 1 out.
Got the little pad over his elbow. The overhang just nicked it right there. A little bit of the jersey.
Here's Sam Fold.
That's using your equipment there.
It's a strike to Sam. Yeah, really, anything close, you're anticipating the worst, but I mean, he let it be known that it was a terrible thing that happened there.
Yes, hit that little edge of that elbow pad and clipped the button.
Appeared to be quite painful. 1-1. Suzuki aboard at first. Hits the ball hard again. This one caught by Will Myers. Bull making a bid for another extra base hit. He has 2 doubles today. 2 gone.
having quite a day, and he takes this breaking haul here by Lukey and just waits back on it, lets it get out there over the plate, hammers it pretty good, but Will Myers a nice job of running that down in the gap. Goodness.
And Hicks takes a curveball down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Hicks hit a 3-run home run in the 5th inning. Really turned out to be a big blow in this game. His first home run of the year. 2-0. Lukey, the 4th pitcher for the Rays in this contest. That was close, but out of the zone, and it's a 3-0 count. And ball 4. So a hit, batter, and a walk. 2 men on, 2 men out. The 8th walk given up by Rays pitching. They've hit 2 men and walked 8. 5 of those Bedard. And those are a lot of base runners to give up that way.
Well, you know what? You're fortunate you're only down 3. That's 10 extra base runners. That's not something that the Rays do very often.
So the Rays talk it over. They'll be on the road tomorrow night. We'll be with you at 7:30 with our pregame coverage. The Rays from Chicago taking on the White Sox. Chris Archer on the hill for the Rays after his 3rd win of the season. Comes in 2-1.
How about that last start that he made? What a treat it was to watch how he worked with Brian Hannigan that night. The 2 of them really putting together a special outing, just working around the zone. Hannigan very demonstrative, letting him know where he wanted certain pitches. I'll tell you, if that's the battery tomorrow night, you're in for a treat.
Conference over, and Pedro Florimon, the hitter. First pitch from Lukey is a strike. He worked the final 2 innings of last night's 12-inning game and took the loss. His first decision of the year. And 2 quickly ahead of Florimon. In the 8th, the Rays with 2 shots left. Trying to keep the Twins right where they are. Now to play it goes. It's been Bedard. Bell. Oviedo made his Rays debut, and now Lukey. Minnesota, Nolasco pitched 6 innings plus. Gave up 10 hits, 6 runs. Uvar 2/3, and Tonkin got the final out in the 7th. Bouncer foul. The Rays in recent times have dominated this season series with the Twins. They haven't lost a home series to the Twins since September of 2006. They had divided the first 2 games in this series, and they're down 9-6 in the 8th. Gardenhire alongside Molitor. Gardenhire has been there a long time. In fact, he has outlasted 104 managers in the major leagues since the time he took over from Tom Kelly. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Lukey's 1-2. Ground ball to second. Zobrist makes the play. We're headed into the bottom of the 8th inning. The Rays will have James Loney to lead it off. They're down by 3. 2 innings left for the Rays offense. Presented by Checkers. Todd DeRestis will anchor the coverage, and we'll take a look at Super Sam's big day. Joe Madden's press conference. Kelly Nash will have interviews from the clubhouse. Sam Fold has come back here and has forced the Rays to more than take notice. Made quite an impression on his new team.
And anytime you come back to play a former team, you are highly motivated. And that's what the Rays got here with Sam Fold the last couple of nights.
Jared Burton makes his second appearance of the series. He pitched 1 inning here Tuesday night. Will be Loney, Myers, and DeJesus against the tall right-hander. Ball, no strikes. Foul back, going to be out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Loney doubled in a run in the 2nd. He singled home a run in the 6th. He also scored a run for the Rays in the 2nd inning. 2 for 3 on the day and hitting .310 for the year. It's foul.
Well, these are the types of situations that he's been good in after the 7th inning. Ever since he's really come over to the Rays, starting last year, and obviously they re-signed him as a free agent this past winter. He has been a complete player for the Rays and really good late.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Outside the line, back of first. Howard guarding that line. Joe Mauer at first base now for the Twins, making that move defensively. Been down there at first throughout the entire series. Loney is out on strikes. Second strikeout for Minnesota pitching.
A changeup by Burton. He keeps it down below the zone and gets James Loney to expand his. Something that you don't see too often.
Will Myers. Will 1 for 3, and the pitch is a strike around the knees. Off speed to start him. Two. Twins leading the Rays 9-6. It's David DeJesus on deck. The Rays down to 5 outs left. It's 1-2. Well, one thing about the Twins, they certainly appear to be a better team than they were a year ago, and they're going to score more runs. They're walking more, using the entire field. They scored 614 runs last year. That's the fewest they've scored since 1968.
You can tell. You can tell, Dwayne, up and down their lineup, a much better approach. We've talked about their ability to take the walk, to be patient at the plate, use the whole field, and you start to look in that dugout. Tom Brunansky sitting down there. We've seen Paul Molitor at the top step. You wonder how much influence those guys have on these youngsters.
Yep.
There's Paul Molitor right there. You talk about a guy with a quiet swing who just could ambush you. He was like one of those little spiders you see on Nat Geo, just lay in wait and then just pounce on you. Quick hands.
DeJesus taking the pitch for a ball. You're absolutely right about that. Maybe it's hard to think of another hitter who was as quiet as he was.
He was. I mean, he just stood up there just like a statue. he would see that ball for a long time and had just, complete trust. Didn't have a lot going on with his stride, big stride, sometimes rarely a stride at all.
Yep.
But hands were uber quick to the baseball. As you can tell, I've been watching a lot of nature shows.
I understand that.
I saw some stuff last night on the electric eel after our game was over. Pretty interesting.
Really?
Yeah, the electric eel in the Amazon.
I'll be happy to learn more about that later, maybe on the plane ride.
Done.
And there is ball 4. De Jesus on base for the second time. Well, the Rays have had a few base runners. Cashed them in for 6 runs. And walk only the 3rd drawn by the Rays lineup.
And here they are, still lurking, hanging around. I mean, Yunel Escobar, big swing, strong guy. He catches one flush here. Liven things up around here a little bit.
Single to open the 7th and scored a run. Ball, no strikes. Nothing. Little conference there on the hill. Suzuki out with Burton. Yeah, Suzuki also aware that a long one would make a interesting finish for this game, and with Escobar ahead 2-0, he spends some time with Burton out there on the mound. Ball 3. Perkins, the closer. Logan Forsythe has moved into the on-deck circle. And ball 4 with 2 outs, back-to-back walks, and the Rays will get the potential tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning.
Well, how about that? How about that?
Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, goes to the mound for a little consultation. And Logan Forsythe will bat for Jose Molina. The Rays have Forsythe up there. A couple of pinch hit home runs in his career and a .361 career average pinch hitting.
And not everybody can do it. Logan Forsythe logging a lot of time in the National League. Familiar with it and very successful, as you can see by those numbers.
The first pitch is a strike. Burton's had a couple scoreless outings since Oakland and the Blue Jays got him for 3 and 4 runs back to back. That's a looper, going to drop in there for a base hit. De Jesus will score, and the Rays trim the deficit to 2. 9-7 on the pinch hit single by Logan Forsythe. Rays aren't finished yet.
Well, you know what? 2 2-out walks. And then Logan Forsythe, look at him get out there and cover that ball in the outside corner. Just pop that ball out there, drop it into center field, and the Rays now within 2. it doesn't feel like it's that close, but the Rays have just hung around all day, chip away, chip away. It's been, they've been behind, fell behind early, and that's the way that the grind has been all day. But here you are closing down to late, and you got a shot.
Now Zobrist. Strike one to Ben. Ben looking for something a little harder than the changeup.
I'd like to see him get something elevated. Boy, into that swing. Just rifle one somewhere.
Loses the bat, and that contact, just a little contact there by Zobrist, and Suzuki up limping. So the count is 2 strikes, and take a look at this. Suzuki got that foul ball on the inside of the right knee.
Well, remember, he was hit his last time up.
A tough inning. This one got him where there was no elbow pad. So 2 strikes the count on Ben Zobrist. Foul ball. A little piece of the off-speed delivery. Take a look at this.
Now 3 in a row. 3 in a row. And if he's going to continue to flirt with that area of the strike zone, this guy right here is going to pop one.
0-2 again. Wide.
And that could have been just a show-me fastball. That ball clearly off the plate, probably further off than he would want it. But after 3 straight changeups, you got to get the hitter off of that. So you show him the fastball at 91. Wouldn't be surprised a bit for him to come right back to the change now.
The chopper over the mound. It'll be charged by Florimon. No play. And the bases are going to be loaded. An infield hit for Ben Zobrist. That's Ben's 3rd hit. Little chop right there.
Well, he came back with the changeup, and Ben Zobrist pops that ball right off the dirt there at home plate. Gets it over the pitcher's head. There's not a play to be made here. Can't get anybody at second. Cannot throw Zobrist out at first. And how about this? Bases juice now.
Yeah, it gets the potential tying run into scoring position. At second base, Forsythe. Escobar's at 3rd, and Zobrist at 1st. Desmond Jennings goes after the first one and hits a high pop-up. Mauer at 1st makes the catch, and the Rays score a run, threaten, and leave the bases loaded. We've gone through 8. It's 9-7 Minnesota. and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays. Two-run ball game as we head into the ninth inning, and a new battery for the Rays. It's Jake McGee on the hill for the Rays. Ryan Hannigan takes over behind the plate.
Strikeouts, no walks. Jake McGee relying on that big fastball, a developing curveball, putting together a very good start to his season. And that's the one thing that you need back into the bullpen, is you see Ryan Hannigan in behind the plate. Back into the bullpen. Don't hurt yourself with the walks. You saw how it worked out last inning. A couple of walks there with 2 outs, and the Rays scored one, had a chance for more. But when you were able to limit that, force guys to hit your 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Dozier takes the first pitch for a ball. Brian Dozier making his 6th plate appearance of the day. He's drawn 3 walks and a single. Grounded out to third base the other time. So McGee follows Bedard, Bell, Oviedo, Lukey. Strike one. It's 2-1. Jake behind Dozier. Joe Mauer on deck. He'll be followed by the third baseman Trevor Plouffe. It's fouled back. Out of play. 3-2. Fastball, he fouled that one right back into the screen. So Jake McGee, who pitched 1 inning last night, a couple strikeouts. And he strikes out Dozier. 3-2, fastball at 97. The Dozier's out of there.
When he keeps it down, too, down and away. Perfect combination. Dozier cannot reach it.
Joe Mauer, 1 out of 4. There's a walk and a single. A run scored. There's a strike. Rays have Joyce, Longoria, and Loney due up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Right now they trail by 2 runs. We're talking about the Rays. How many walks the pitching staff has given up. A couple of hit batters. 1 and 2. That with 9 runs on 11 hits for Minnesota. All of that, the Twins have left 12 men on base today. Foul ball holds the count at 1 and 2. hit the call third strike there. And that'll take the count to 2-2. Put a little something extra on that fastball at 98.
Could have.
Yeah, it looked pretty good, didn't it? That's going to be a base hit the other way. About 10 feet inside the line. And Mauer is aboard.
Joe Mauer able to time up Jake McGee here. This one in a spot he could handle a little easier than the previous pitch that was borderline. Look how deep that gets into the strike zone before he makes contact.
So the Twins with Mauer at first. Here's Plouffe. He has a single, a double, and a walk. And a cut to miss, strike one.
Plouffe has been everywhere today.
Driven it around. He's scored a run. Pitch is down and in, 1-1. It's the 200th pitch of the game here. 1 on, 1 out in the ninth. Hannigan wants the appeal. Little says nope, he did not go. Plouffe managed to hold up.
Well, he gets it started. The question is, does he hold up? You see that torso rotates. Nothing going on with that hand and bat. That call right there.
2-1, shot deep to center field. Jennings will go to the track, and he got it. Desmond Jennings makes a great catch, running toward the wall on the warning track. What a grab by Desmond Jennings for out number 2.
And the amazing thing is, watch what he does with the glove. He does not catch this ball in a backhanded manner running towards the wall. He spins the glove around. Watch right at the end when he goes for the catch. He catches that basket style. That is unbelievable. It's one thing to make that catch going away as you backhand it. He flipped the glove around and caught that ball with the glove facing home plate.
Yeah, that's like a scoop catch over his head.
Over his shoulder, running in the opposite direction. I'm not even sure how you describe it other than to say that was otherworldly of a catch.
Just an unbelievable piece of work out there by Jennings. Here it is.
I mean, that is wow. Yeah. That's such an awkward way to catch a baseball, running in the direction that he was running. Unreal.
Now Chris Herman is up there. He's hitting in the place of Colabello after taking over in right field. Pitch is fouled back. So here with Jake McGee in the game, they have the left-hander Herman hitting as opposed to Colabello. 1-1 the count. Well, that appeared to be off the bat of Plouffe, a cinch extra base hit. And Jennings racing back, grabbed it. The cut and a miss, 1 and 2.
Now that's the dimension that he brings. He's probably the only outfielder on this team that is able to go and get that ball right there.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons Joe Madden says he could win a Gold Glove. Yeah. He gets great jumps on balls. And a cut and a miss. Herman out on strikes. Well, we're going to take this game into the bottom of the ninth with the Rays down by 2. It'll be Joyce, Longoria, and Loney due up. For the Rays, after making that great catch on that drive by Plouffe for the second out in the top half of this inning, that has kept the Rays within 2 as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. It's 9-7. Lynn Perkins, the closer on this Minnesota staff, enters the game. The lefty 4 out of 5 in save situations. Picked up his 4th last night when he got Longoria, Loney, and Myers. Sean Rodriguez, pinch hitting, takes a fastball in there for a strike. One ball, one strike.
Well, Perkins, 36 out of 40 last year. Lefty can get it up there in the mid-90s with the heat.
Sean takes ball 2, fastball. And that is ball 3. 3-1.
You've got Longoria sitting on deck. Base runners needed. Good count here for Sean.
Fouls it back. Strike 3 call.
Wow.
On 3-2.
I mean, nothing but fastball after fastball after fastball, and then in a full count, he drops a strike slider, completely catches Sean off guard. Caught, I think, everybody off guard.
Well, a big strikeout for Perkins to get the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the ninth. Here's Evan Longoria. Evan sends it up the right side, foul. And the Rays have done everything except lead in this game. They've trailed throughout the day.
but never giving in.
Nope.
Never throwing in the towel. It was bleak early, looked bleak early, just kept chipping away. Then Minnesota jumps back out to a big lead, continue to chip away.
Did he go? That's a strike, says Ted Barrett. And a slider against Longoria.
Oh, let's take a look. Ball down below the zone. No, it's right there at that borderline, and Ted Barrett jumps all over it. Yeah, anytime you see that bat head, that extra little movement at the end, that's what they tend to look for. You see right there as he rips it back. A lot of times that'll do you in.
Last hope for the Rays. James Loney trying to keep it alive. Rays need a base runner to have a shot at getting even. One and one. Perkins has come in here pitching like the veteran closer he is, getting the first two men. It was 2-1 to Loney. Fly ball back into center. But Hicks is there with room, and this one is over. The Rays go down 1-2-3 in the ninth inning. 9-7 the final. Minnesota over the Rays. We'll have the totals for you in a moment.